What's up, guys? This is Crunch Starcraft bringing you his third tutorial cast video. And the build order I'm going to be going over today, this time, is the 3-gate robotics. Or, I'm going to be doing it with a robo, but you can also do it with a stargate if you want, and for void rays, rather than robotics for an immortal. But anyway, this build is probably one of the safer and easier builds to pull off than, say, the 3-gate blink stalker that I went over before. And hang on, I think this might be going on just faster rather than faster. Yes, it is. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, back to normal speed. You want to get your pylon down at 9. Except if you're against Protoss or Zerg, you want to get that wall off so you can hold just a pass with a zealot. So that's mostly just important against Zerg. Against Protoss, it's optional really, because they've got those arranged stalkers and a wall off isn't going to help you too much. You can just force field this entrance of the sentry. But you do not want to do that against Terran. Anyway, the pylon goes down at 9. You want to chrono boost your 11 and 12 probes out, and then also get a 12 gateway. I'm gonna be walling it off here. Now, as you can see, the enemy is a Zerg. So, just a side tip, I like to chrono boost this probe that builds stuff on 2, so if you're scouting with your number 1 probe, then you can quickly just go back to 2 and build whatever you need. So now the gate went down at 12, and we want to put an assimilator down at 13. And chuck guards on the gas as soon as that's done, because we need that early-ish gas collection. Now, while the 14th, you want to be saving the chrono boost for either the warp gates if we need it, or for immortals / void rays to pump them out. Alright, I'm going to run this probe away now. Not really that important what they're doing. Okay, so chucking those guys on gas straight away and continuing to build probes. I want to chrono boost my 15th and 16th probe though. Don't have to save it up that much. And then as soon as this gateway is finished like that, we want to put down a cybernetics core. Now, normally you would want to put it here, but it's not that important this time. And since we're against Zerg, we can get out of this zealot on 18 once we get up to 18 anyway, so we have enough money for it. And a continuous probe production, that is. So starting my zealot on 18 there, it's optional. It's not that important, but since now we're at 20 supply, we want to get a pylon out at 20 as well. Continue with them probes. Once the zealot finishes, we want to bring out a stalker to help defend that entrance. And you can start warp gates when the cybernetics core finishes, but you don't need to chrono boost it really. Now, between about 23 and 24, you want to finish up those next 2 gateways. So now we're at 25 though, because we've built that zealot. The build order changes by 2 if we build the zealot instead, so technically we're still at 23, 24. This is just against Zerg though, and we'll be getting down now. 3rd gateway now as well. So there we go, 3 gateways in total, already pointed to that front there. And when these 2 finish, we want to get out 2 more units, and also at 24 we want to get out that gas, the 2nd gas. And then between 24 and 26 we shall be chucking down the robotics, which is the whole point of this build. So that was chucked down on 25 or 27 if you went for the first zealot. I'm going to hotkey that to 3. Now you can probably use chrono boost on more of these probes if you like, and here I'm going to get out a sentry from this gateway and a zealot from there. Making sure I don't get supply blocked, because I think I have, but I can't afford a unit, I can't afford a sentry. But anyway, I got supply blocked here. Should have got that pylon down if you supply earlier, but it's not too important. We'll just queue up that stalker and wait for it to be unsupply blocked. Anyway, once this robotics is finished, we want to be getting out an observer, and then we'll see if the enemy has expanded or not. If they haven't expanded yet, we can chuck down our own expansion, but if they have expanded, alright, so now warp gates is finished. So we can start transforming these into warp gates. If they haven't expanded, well, I want to say first, if they were pressuring before this, then you can use Chrono Boost on the warp gates, or on these warp gates, or from warp gates on the cyber core. It depends at which point you're at, and then, yeah, you want a Chrono Boost on that, so that you can hold off the pressure. But anyway, that first observer has come out, so we'll start up an Immortal. Alright, and what I want to say is if he hasn't expanded yet, then you can chuck down your own expansion. And you want to keep your observer with their force, just so you know if they're going to be doing a push or not. But you want to see once the observer gets there, if there's not going to be a big push anytime soon. Alright, the force just went past. If there's not going to be a big push anytime soon, then you can actually expand yourself. So the roaches are coming now. It's okay, no big deal. Alright, yeah. And that is pretty much the build. I'll post the build order down in the information section. I want to give Dark Omicron the credit for this build order as well. So yeah, at this point probably be expanding, and good transitions out of this. You can chuck down some extra gateways and another robo facility like so, and then also a robotics bay once you can afford it, and just start pumping out 2 robotics bay Colossus forces and just work on a big Colossus gateway. Death Ball, that's one of the good transitions that I like to do, where you can transition into something with Twilight, or you can just chuck down a lot more gateways and keep pumping Colossus out of one robo, and then with a Twilight Council you can work on Charge or something like that, just to make, or Blink, whichever one you think you need at that point. But anyway, if he had expanded, then by the time that we got to Observer to his base, then what we could do is pump out an extra 1 or 2 Immortals, so we have 2 to 3 Immortals, and keep pumping the Gateway Force, of course, and then just go and attack. Try and take out the expansion, but if you think that you're going to lose all your force in an engagement, then just fall back and expand yourself and keep pumping out the Immortals and the Gateway Force. Unless the other player only has, say, Zerglings or Zealots or Roaches. Not Roaches, Zerglings or Zealots or Marines, then you don't want to be pumping out the Immortals or the Void Rays. Anyway, thank you for watching this cast, you guys.